Eldon Box. Well, what can I say? Eldon was a man's man. You never had to wonder what his position was or what he was thinking. He was just a man's man. He was one of those kind of guys that when he walks into the room, everybody knows it. He just had that presence and that magic about him. I remember when I first met Eldon in 2000, and he started working with me and was patient with me. He's one of them kind of guys. He was my friend that said what needed to be said and moved on to next. He didn't seem to hold judgments or condemnation. He was just he was strong. I remember one time when he was teaching a process called the 6 points of power, and he went through them and everything, and I was sitting there thinking, what's the flip side of the 6 points of power? And I thought it'd be the 6 points of poverty. If you don't do these things, ask for what you want, speak the truth, keep your agreements, you know, the 6 points, then the reverse of that is you lose what you had. And so I thought POWER. If you piss off what Eldon read, then you invite the 6 points of poverty. Instead of speaking the truth, if you tell lies, if you don't strive to create value in all things, then you look at the downside, the dark side, the glass half full. When I pitched that to him, he's like, man, Marion, he said, that's awesome. He was such an encourager for me. And he always seemed to respect my thoughts and ideas. And some of the best times I guess we had was outside a seminar, you know, at his house, or getting ready for a seminar, just sitting back, chilling, talking about life. And he was, you know, a family man, of course. He loved his wife, loved his kids, his grandkids. But the side of Eldon that I'm really gonna miss is just one of those guys that you could not talk to for 6 months, and then the next time you talk, it's like you never missed a beat. Eldon was the kind of guy that what you see is what you get. And he had a posture about him, like I said, a presence about him. I remember the first time on a Wednesday night of seminar, he was like, Marion, I'm going to my room. I said, well, it's break. What are we going to do? He said, it's not what we're going to do. It's what you're going to do, big boy. And he handed me the mic. He had confidence in me, and he encouraged me. He was, like Thelma used to say, wind under my wings, what she used to say about Susan. That's what Eldon was for me. And I remember the night before Choices shut down in BC, I got a text saying, you know, we're shutting down Choices. Don't try to talk mom and dad out of it. And I didn't know what to think. And I called Eldon immediately. He said, Marion, you can't let the dream die. He said, you know, the Creator put in you gifts and experience, and Mama believed in you. You got to keep this thing going. So he was always encouraging to push forward and to be your best. And when I wasn't my best, there wasn't condemnation or, you know, judgment. He said, all right, big boy, what you gonna do now? And I guess what I'd like to say is Eldon, he wasn't just my mentor. He wasn't just a guy that believed in me and poured into me and trained me, but he was my friend. And I know he had lots of friends and lots of people in his life that believed in him and followed him, but for me, he'll be missed because he's one of those go-to guys that just that I could pour out my heart to, and there were no secrets. You know, I could be authentic and real, and not worry about if there was going to be any, you know, backlash. He said tough love, and but he was a gentle giant. And Eldon, you'll be missed and loved, and your life and legacy live on in the things that I'm able to continue to do in the world, and more specifically in seminar world with what's now called Break Free, that used to be Choices. So thank you, my friend, and I'll always have fond memories of you, and I'll always be able to be a better me because you were in my life. Love you, and you're missed.